And we back, bitches. I'm Grandmaster Stano. You damn right about that. And we are here with another horror fuck fest.
So wrong.
Yes, and I am back with CFN.
Hello.
Those two things, the fuck fest and CFN, are not related.
Yes.
At all.
Not at all.
Not even close.
No.
We're gonna edit that part out. We're gonna edit
that part.
Edit that out. And what the fuck was that? It's a fucking cane. Or a magic wand. Does this thing pop off and like a bunch of flowers or like doves fly out and just woo? Anyways, here you go. We're back with another horror video bullshit fuckfest thing. It's called Beat Your Dick Until You Die. No. Oh my god. It's called, as a police officer, some calls can't bleed.
Can't
Cat blare!
Some
No, you can.
Some
All right.
calls can't bleh.
Exactly. Now shush. As a police officer, some calls can't be explained. Alright, there. I said it. That's the fucking title.
Awesome.
But it's horror month, so I'm doing this. Remember, at the end of the fucking video, or right now, if you're watching right the fuck now, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll do that whole bit at the end too. Don't worry about that. If some of you are worried, even though I only have like 2 subscribers on this channel. Fucking either way, let's just go. Jeez. That's actually not that bad. Go. Boo, bitch. What the fuck is this shit?
As a police officer, I've seen some shit.
That's
Some
good
outrageous,
for you.
Some hilarious, some disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3 categories.
Is he playing
Besides
Evil
not being
Within?
noteworthy at all.
Is that Evil Within?
Yeah.
Fucking
now and again,
nice.
We'll get a call for something that I can only describe as,
Bitches.
well,
What are you gonna describe it as, young one?
I'm going to share what I would consider to be the most
Oh.
outlandish,
Bitch, what?
strangest call I've ever been a part of.
See, this is why
I
I
was on the
never
tail
wanted
end
to
of my
play
break
Evil
when a
Within.
call came through for a break-in just a few blocks from where I was. The neighborhood this alleged break-in was happening in was one of the ones that was populated with a lot of somewhat dilapidated, albeit very large, houses. At one point, this neighborhood was upper class. Now, sadly, the properties weren't worth all that much, and many of them were abandoned.
What the fuck? Wasn't there
The
just a
ones that
door
were
there?
still occupied were inhabited by elderly people that lived in them since before the neighborhood went to shit. The 911 call had come from the landline of an elderly
Can't
woman.
do anything about it.
In the spirit of the break-in, I'll call her Robin. Robin had called the dispatcher and reported that her front door had been opened and closed, and that she could hear walking on the floor below her. Her husband had
not
passed
okay.
away years prior, but she now lived alone, so obviously that wasn't a normal thing.
Where the fuck
Robin
did that
stayed
door
on the
come
phone
from?
with the dispatcher the entire time and confirmed when I had got there that she was still hearing some walking around on the ground floor. She informed them that she was going to hide, and then hung
Don't
up the
open
phone.
those doors, bitch.
I had
You will
arrived at the same
die.
time as another pair of cars in the area, one
Yeah?
of which had 2 officers, so we sent one around the back of the house and kept one stationed at the front while me and the last officers went through the front door. With our guns drawn, we quietly opened the front door and crept in.
I would have fucking busted down that door. What you mean quietly?
While I began
go
walking
in?
around the ground floor clearing rooms, the officer
Don't
that had
you
gone
go
through
back
the front
out that door.
with me immediately went
gon'
up the
die.
staircase in front of the door to clear the floor and make
You went
contact
back
with the
out that
caller.
door. Holy shit, that was not a hallway.
I skulked around the ground floor listening for any signs of anyone, but when I cleared the first room I needed to make it known, so I called that I had. This was going to make the element of surprise non-existent, but it's protocol. I cleared the living room and entered the dining room.
Ooh, what the fuck?
I'm not having heard anything. I cleared the
shut
dining
those
room and
doors
moved
on
to the
you?
kitchen.
Oh,
which too
holy
was
shit.
empty. I looked out the window and motioned to the officer in the back, as if to say, anything?
No,
To which
there's
he
nothing.
replied, negative.
Yeah, see? Of course. Fucking negative.
I
Negative,
noticed
Ghost Rider.
But I hadn't heard the
If you get that
officer who'd gone
reference,
upstairs verbally
you're fucking
signify
amazing.
that he'd cleared any rooms. Expecting the worst, I called out for her and ran through the house to the stairs. I ascended the stairs, and when I got to the hallway at the top, the officer was walking back towards me.
Uh-huh.
At the same time, we asked each other why the other hadn't verbally called out the clearing of rooms, which we both said we had.
Oh, that's fucking
Then I
creepy.
asked if she made contact with the cellar, but she said she hadn't. Confident the officer's position at the front and back of the house would catch anyone trying to
What the
escape during
fuck?
our absence from the ground floor, I told the officer to help me search the top floor again.
Uh-huh.
We checked each room one by one. First the room in its entirety, then the closets of each room. We made it to the back
Oh,
of the
what the
hallway
fucking
and hadn't
shit?
found her. So we turned around to go look downstairs. We once again searched the entire ground floor, not finding anything, but when we got to the kitchen, there was a door I swore hadn't been there when I'd cleared the kitchen the first time. Nonetheless, I opened it,
Bad
and it led to a
idea.
basement.
Bad idea. You never go into
wasn't
the
normal.
basement with a
I
horror
could only
or
see down maybe
anything.
3 steps before darkness completely overtook everything else.
Because it's a damn basement.
I got a strange, overwhelming feeling when I looked into the abyss. It was pretty dark and empty.
Well, that's what usually happens when there's
I felt
darkness!
unadulterated fear. The officer I was clearing the house with was a rookie, and in what I thought was an effort to impress a veteran officer, took it upon himself to clear the basement.
Uh-huh.
When Robin had said that she was going to hide, she had mentioned that she'd only heard one door open and close, her front door.
Uh-huh.
She said she knew every sound in her house.
Uh-huh.
She had been living there for 60 plus years.
Well, that's actually pretty impressive.
That she was sure the suspect was still on the first floor. The rookie officer clicked on her flashlight and shined it down the stairs, but the darkness stemmed to suck the light away.
Uh-huh.
She descended the creaking stairs into the enveloping black,
Uh-huh.
and not long after reaching the basement floor, I heard her yell out a distinct, "Clear!" I expected her to come back up immediately, but there was about another 5 seconds where I didn't hear anything at all.
Well, okay. That's not creepy or anything.
Then I heard the stairs begin to creak in my direction, and sort of half got my gun ready just in case whoever came out of the darkness wasn't the officer. Instead, it was the officer, but it was like I was looking at a completely different person. All the color had been drained from her face. Her eyes were welled up with tears, and her previous confidence was now stiff and wearisome.
Oh, she must have saw the dead husband
I
or
asked her
some
what
shit
was
like
wrong.
that.
She didn't respond. So I asked her if the basement was indeed clear. She shakily shook her head in confirmation. After asking her again what was wrong, she simply rushed out of the front of the house. Now confident that the suspect wasn't still in the house, and that Robin had simply had a good hiding spot, I called out for her. I heard her voice call out, "Hello? Who's there?" To which I responded by identifying myself as the police. When I walked upstairs, I found Robin in the first room on the right, in bed like she'd been there the entire time. Not only that, but she acted like she had no idea what was going on. She claimed that she hadn't called the police, and that she didn't even have a telephone.
That's
Nonetheless, I informed her that
creepy.
we'd received a call, that we'd cleared the ground floor, the floor she was on, and the basement, and that she had nothing to worry about. Her response sent a chill down my spine. But this house doesn't have a basement. At this point, though, I was convinced that this woman more than likely had some kind of dementia, and was more concerned with the fact that she still lived alone. After confirming that the woman was safe and all that, I
That's-
headed back downstairs to leave, and to satisfy my own curiosity, I walked through the dining room back to the
Ooh,
kitchen,
maybe she's dead too.
where I undoubtedly, more
Ooh.
confused than I had been,
Ooh.
found the door to the basement to still be there.
Uh-huh.
But it didn't lead to the basement at all.
Led to a grave.
It was a pantry.
Oh.
It was lined with shelves of
wrong.
cans and boxed foods, all of which were perfectly visible in the moonlight coming through the windows.
Uh-huh.
Upstairs, no overwhelming darkness.
Uh-huh.
Went outside, and I reconvened with the other officers. The partner of the officer that had gone through the house with me asked what the fuck had happened. And I responded in all honesty, I wasn't entirely sure. I went to check on the female officer, but she was just in the passenger seat of the squad car, whispering to herself over and over, not supposed to be there, not supposed to see it, not supposed to be there, not supposed to see it.
That's actually really fucked
I was
up.
told that they returned to the station after that call.
So some mental
She
shit
promptly
happened
resigned.
to her.
I
Interesting.
have no idea what happened that night. I had more questions than I did when I got there.
Are we
I don't
ever
know
gonna
who had
find
called.
out?
I don't know where Robin had been when the top floor was cleared. Not once, but twice. I don't know how the female officer descended stairs to a basement in a house where a basement doesn't exist. I don't know how I had missed the door on my first walk through the house.
Maybe because you're just not that
None of it makes
observant
any
as you
sense.
think. Dumbass.
I've lost a lot of sleep
Good for
thinking
you.
about that night.
I lose sleep all the damn time. Is that it? That wasn't even that fucking terrifying. The most terrifying part was watching someone play The Evil Within. And while he was fighting a fucking camera guy made out of like 65 fucking arms, 35 legs, and one accordion camera head. That's it. Well done, though. I'll give you that. It was fucking well done. You have a great voice for this type of... I don't even know what the fuck to call this. Narration.
It's
It's a narration. I'm gonna leave it at narration. We're gonna leave it with narration, and that's about fucking it.
okay.
Cool. So, yeah. Alright. That was, as a police officer, some calls can't be explained. In quotations. So, yes, please, like. Ready? I'm gonna do this shit again. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, or what you can fucking do is comment, like, subscribe. I don't know if I already said that one. I might have. Did I?
You said like, comment, and not subscribe, or just throw your computer out the window.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, what he said. Just fucking throw your computer out a window. I don't give a shit. It's your goddamn computer. If you wanna fucking drown it in the bathtub and then throw some other fucking electrical shit in there, I don't care. It's all you're fucking doing. You know, if you wanna, you know, just guillotine that shit. I don't know where you're getting a guillotine nowadays, but fucking, that'd be impressive if you could get one.
Why do I feel like it's gonna be a t-shirt one day? Just throw your computer out the window. It's like comment, like, subscribe, or just throw your computer out the window.
Well, if I get famous enough, I will put that on a t-shirt. Hell, I might even just put that on a t-shirt even if I don't fucking get famous. Like, comment, subscribe, and throw your goddamn computer out a window. I'll fucking do that shit. I will put it on a fucking t-shirt tomorrow. Probably not, because I don't have that money. I am poor as fuck. Either way, just fucking like me. That's all I ask. Love me! You don't have to. I won't force you. To like me, that is. Either way, remember, always be a goat. Now, fuck off.